Everyone, and welcome to the second round of playoffs in the VBL. I am actually just going to make sure my Pokemon are 50 and they are. There we go. I am rematching Weasley. Last time I played, I had so we played a couple weeks ago in the Boromir's kind of good in Draft League or whatever it was called. I have made some transactions since then. My opponent has not. Thraw. I think I may have brought Thraw to the previous game. So let me just quickly give you guys a reminder of their team. They've got the Sun option in Vulpix, and then here they have Rapidash, they've got Vileplume, Cherum, Cyclizar, Claydol. Last time we had a Scarf Claydol, and I had a Scarf Swoobat, and my Scarf Swoobat tricked their Scarf Claydol, and we were both Scarf. And I thought it was very funny. I laughed so hard it peaked my microphone. They had Lumineon. I remember they had last time a team that was very support oriented. They had Luxio as well. So they had Cyclizar, Rapidash, and Claydol as more offensive pieces. And then they had a Vileplume, which was very defensive, very physically defensive, and had a lot of defensive investment. And Lumineon and Luxio as their sort of more other support options. So other things we might see now, we could see Vulpix actually coming to do Sun with a more offensive Vileplume and Rapidash. We could see Lycanroc making an appearance. So it'll be interesting to see that. I think Clodsire was another Pokemon that I may have brought the previous time. Yeah, but this time I will be bringing both Aowen and Aomer. So I've got Fake Out and Tail Whip. Tail Whip lowers both your opponent's defenses by 1. This just means I can it's sort of like having the ability to Helping Hand a partner Pokemon, as long as the partner Pokemon's physical, without actually clicking Helping Hand and being able to theoretically gain some advantage, even if, say your partner attacks them to protect or your partner is protecting. Then I've just got Hyper Voice to be able to get some chip. Not a huge amount of chip, but it should be enough to, for one thing, annoy a Vulpix if it comes, especially if it's Sash, and just make like the tiny sclerics of progress you sometimes need to do. My voice is really struggling. I've got a video on my second channel. It's just my throat dying through the whole thing. I really should have made a cup of tea before I played, but then I've actually brought a Shell Smash Cloister this time, which I think it's been a while since I have. It's got Waterfall and Rock Blast, so it only has, I believe, 2 rock resists. No, 3 rock resists. They have Tinkertuff, Claydol, and Yoda, and then I can Waterfall into all of those Pokemon, because Claydol's weak to water, and the other ones don't resist it. And I'm here with Terra Dragon, which isn't great into Cyclizar Draco Meteor, but into a lot of the other options of the electric and the grass and the fire moves, it can help. Electric is specifically only really the Luxio, and I have Clear Amulet here to prevent my opponent from loading my stats too much. Because they do have that Intimidate, and they also running stuff like Strength Sap and a lot of other ways to mitigate the damage output. I have Coaching, Follow Me, Rain Dance, and Feint on an EVO Light Real Loop with the special defense on it. Coaching can obviously enable specifically Sauron and Boromir to do a lot more damage throughout the set. I tried considering whether a physical set would work on Swoobat, but I didn't think it would work, just based on how the previous set had gone. And then, yeah, Follow Me obviously can allow me to set up a Shell Smash. It can allow me to protect Boromir while it goes for an attack or something similar. Rain Dance can allow me to turn off their rain if they do bring the sun if they do bring rain. And then Feint just allows me to break through Protect, and that can be really high value in certain situations. And it's always nice to have a move, again, if we're trying to deal with like a Focus Sash or something. Then I have here Swoobat last, Tailwind, Shadow Ball, Light Screen, and Reflect. With screens, I can really assist my other sort of options, my last 2 offensive options. And Shadow Ball hits a lot of their team. They do have Cyclizar that's immune to Shadow Ball, but it's also pretty good into Swoobat regardless. And then I got Unaware, just in case they scale up their defenses. Last time they were bringing a lot of stuff like Electro Web, and that will only make me go 1-speed floor instead of 2-speed floor if I'm unaware instead of simple. Even if it means I can't get +2 defense from coaching. But yeah, just Tailwind support, because theoretically that means I can like coach up a Sauron instead of needing to Shell Smash, or it lets me counter a Tailwind coming from their Lumineon. But the screens I think can be really solid, even just with the Sash. And then here I have a Specs Mischievous. The Mischievous is just faster than Lycanroc, and it has Ally Switch there theoretically as an option after I trick. but the idea is hopefully I can trick a Tinkertuff or a Gerda to steal their Eevee Light, lock them in with choice specs, and I can do a lot of damage with the Shadow Balls, and then I have Dazzling Gleam, which is really specifically for the Cyclizar, but is also pretty valuable into the Gerda. Last, I have a Silk Scarf Gumshoes with return. It's Terra Dark, so that I still have the ability to knock off. Maybe it should be Terra Fire again. Why is it Terra Dark, actually? Outside of the fact that that keeps knockoff. That still leaves me weak to fighting. Gives me a resisted Psychic. I don't know whether that's enough. I'm gonna make this Terra Dragon as well. But I went return and Yawn this time to be able to sort of play into those lengthier games that my opponent might be looking for. So let's challenge Cheesley. I believe it is. I've asked them to challenge me because I cannot remember their name. I thought it was Cheesley with a W, but I have a fake friend and a real opponent, so. Yes, I did win on season. It was a 2-game set, and it had a bunch of funny moments, I would say. So it'll be interesting to see what they do compared to last time. I was pretty keen on changing light style. Last time I had the choice band on the Gumshoes with double edge, and taking my damage. Damage from recoil. I gotta find. I'm gonna try and find their last replay to see, because they said they're online. It is Cheesley with a W. Let's use it. Cheesley with a W. This is exactly how it's spelled. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna just pause until the battle starts. To my dear opponent, the battle will commence. Something that's worked in my favor is my opponent has been very busy this week. Now, obviously, that's not working in my favor in scheduling. So I'm playing in the early morning. Not that early, but it feels early because it's the weekend. But maybe that's the opportunity to do the really high quality prep that they are certainly capable of doing. I don't know how to feel that. I think Gerda is a Pokemon which maybe is a bit difficult for me to deal with. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'll just, I think, have to position relatively aggressively. And hope that works out. Okay, Gerda did come. I would say I would have been happier if it didn't, but no tank. So let's take a look. No Vulpix, no Shalim. No Luxio this time. I'd say this is a pretty similar team to last time, actually. I think they straight up have Friend. Your Father and Lifeless. That's the name of the album I was listening to the week that this came out. For my album of the week series that I'm doing. By an Australian, indie rock band. It's one of the songs on it made me want to get back to you want to learn to play the violin. I used to play the viola. Violas are a lot more expensive now, almost like more than like an extra half as expensive as violins. So yeah, I played the violin, and it is violin in the song. Okay, so do a Tailwind. They could like do the same Scarfy guys last time. What if I just lead Cloyster and Riolu and Shell Smash? Alright, they didn't bring Intimidate, so that does make the Flare Amulet a little bit less, like, oh yes, that was clearly a good item sort of moment, but you know. I think I'll do the non-Tailwind version of the team, and maybe bring Mischievous and Delcatty. Okay. Oh, so they're Terra Steel on Claydol. It's good to know. I'm gonna Shell Smash and Follow Me. And they're Terra Dark. So their only rock resist is the Claydol when it's Terra and when it's Terra Steel. I just remembered that they have the Storm Drain Lumineon. Why am I still getting hate? Why am I mono the other thing? Why do I not have it's a good thing, okay. Alright, I'm gonna protect and I'm gonna coaching the Cloyster here. We'll see what the Lumineon clicks. Tailwind. Okay. Oh, they're Shell sorry, they're Mirror Herb. I didn't even notice that. That's really funny. That's probably enough, right? I didn't even run this set last time. Alright, so I Follow Me and I Rock Blast Lumineon. It's possible Lumineon does. Oh no! I forgot to be Skill Link at this point of the season. It's been so long. It's actually, I think the video that I didn't record was the last one where that happened. Depending on how they're invested, that might have mattered. Yeah, I forgot Skill Link. GG's. I'm so stupid. How did I miss that? Again. Okay, so I probably have lost the set. The good thing is I didn't get school burned. I could lock Ally Switch, but I can't deal with the Lumineon outside of hitting it with Mischievous. So I'm gonna need to lock a Shadow Ball into Lumineon, and I need to hope that they commit the attack. Yeah, okay. GG's. Mirror Herb is good to know. Actually, I probably should have Shell Smashed again. Okay, yeah. GG's. Alright. GG1. I don't see a reason to give them the extra information there. And it's playoffs, so there's not like kill leaders or anything. I think I just lose. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to give you all the info on my set items. It's literally no way out that game and it's the plays. Nothing Skill Link. Was really we don't. I should have Shell Smashed an extra time though. That was definitely my out. They're definitely Coda Cloak on the Lumineon. I don't know that I have an out. I did not think about the Lumineon enough, but I certainly didn't think about just playing the game properly enough when I at the cloister. Alright, let's go Swoobat Gumshoos here. Bringing Saruman for sure. Of course, the Mirror Herb is really good for being able to copy not only the Cloister Shell Smash, which obviously to bring, but also the Swoobat simple stats. These Pokemon all were kind of tenuous. There really wasn't a whole lot of good stuff to bring here. Of course, they brought the Cyclizar this game. Alright, so I Tailwind, and I return the Lumineon. And we hope the return picks up. I don't think it will. I think that's realistically my game plan. If the return does pick up the Lumineon here, I think I'm in a pretty good position. If it doesn't, I think it's pretty hard. But if I have a Tailwind advantage, I think it's pretty good. They could Shed Tail into Gerdo. That would be annoying. Ooh, they are physical. Okay, good to know. If I was Double Edge, it would have picked up. Alright, my opponent is just doing well, right? That's realistically all I can say. I think I have to Terra Ghost, Shadow Ball, the Gumshoos, sorry, the Cyclizar, and Protect here. Okay, that's good, that's good. Miss an Icy Wind? No, they Tailwinded themselves. That makes sense. That said, you know, look, I still have my Gumshoos. Man, if only Gumshoos had Quick Attack. Like, Pokemon is one of those Pokemon that they just sort of abandoned when they were designing it, you know? Okay, so I probably lose. It's good to know. Position-wise, I don't have Protect on Swoobat. I think I'm probably still faster than Gerda, so they certainly have to Icy Wind. But they're going to knock off this slot. Maybe I bring Riolu into the Swoobat slot. I accept Gumshoos goes down. Because I can feint the Lumineon. I can go for a double Protect here, which could potentially allow me to preserve the Gumshoos. If I'm Zacian, I think that's my best version of my play. Okay, I got the double Protect. So the Icy Wind, I presume a knockoff goes into the Riolu slot. Okay, bulk up. That's not amazing, but I think it's still fine. I'm going to feint the Lumineon, and I'm going to Yawn the Gerda. Oh wow, I'm also in Tailwind, that's right. I mean, at -1, I still think at -1. It's maybe a bit of a surprise. Okay, so follow me, Protect. We'll have a sleeping Gerda this turn. Maybe I should have actually thrown a knock into the Claydol on the previous turn. I think that's a pretty strong case for that. I could Coaching the Gumshoos as well, but I think they're pretty likely to throw an attack into that slot. Never mind, they definitely didn't because they clicked Shadow Ball. Okay. Yeah, I could definitely come in Mischievous here. But the question is Mischievous enough? How fast was my Gumshoos, by the way? 96, okay, not very. I could trick the Gerda here, but I don't think I live the Claydol. Yeah, I don't. And Dazzling Gleam certainly doesn't pick up either. Did I even get a screen up? I don't think I did. Oh. Okay, so I think I have to Shadow Ball here and go for the knock into Gerda and hope they sleep this time. Oh wait, no, the value of tricking the Gerda is I get Eviolite. What am I doing? Okay, so I lock the Shadow Ball here. And I think the actual best play might be to Yawn. I could also bring in, I was gonna say bring in Swoobat, but that doesn't really help that much, it only helps a little. Okay, please sleep still. Okay, I think with that, that's probably a game one. Yeah, Cloyster not being a real Pokemon in this matchup is definitely really unfortunate. That's not going to help them win the game. Special defense drop is also nice. But yeah, they've got the info for specs. Gumshoes took a lot of damage that turn 1 in exchange for not getting a KO, so that sucks. I was thinking, did Terra Dark make sense? No. Terra Dark knockoff is weaker than I think I only clicked Shadow Ball as an attack on Claydol. No, Power as well. Okay. So last game they let Cyclizar plus Lumineon. Is that ever a place where the trick Mischievous makes sense with the Swoobat? I feel like tricking the Lumineon and locking it into Icy Wind or something would be beneficial for my build, for my position. They do know. I think they're less likely to Terra a Cyclizar now they know I have a Ghost move on Swoobat. But maybe they still do. I should definitely cap that Double Edge, by the way. That was a lot of damage. Was that banded? I think it's the main question. If it was banded? No. No, it doesn't look like it was banded. It looks like maybe it was just Silk Scarf. Silk Scarf would have done that. I don't know if there's another item that they may have similar in effect to Silk Scarf. Yeah, not running Skill Link on Cloyster was really bad. I do think the same set of 4 but maybe different positioning is a reasonable adaptation. Okay, they're not Air Balloon this time. I kind of want to trick the Rapidash. I think Mischievous might go down this turn. So I think the most value I can get out of Mischievous if it goes down this turn is getting a trick into Rapidash. Now, if they have some crazy move that I'm not thinking of, because I don't think they can be no item. Oh, my Sash. Okay. You weren't supposed to be special. You weren't supposed to be special. Oh. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Okay, Gumshoes. I think should always be able to pick up Rapidash here, and then I can also throw out a Dazzling Gleam. I could also Alex Switch, but I don't want to. If I throw out a Dazzling Gleam, yeah, I think I definitely need to push the damage into the Rapidash slot. I'm not that offensive. I have only 4 attack, but I do have Adamant and I have Adaptability. Just getting a Dazzling Gleam covers for them having weird HP investments or maybe even direct special defense investment. Which would be a bit on a Sashmon, but it's still always an option. Okay, I think this is a weird position. If they effect spawn me right now, I will be very sad. Okay, I didn't get effect spawn. So think about same position. I don't think Shadow Ball ever picks up Vileplume here. I kind of want to make the same play. Nah, they can knock the Mischievous for a KO. So I think I have to do the same thing, except instead I'm returning the Cyclizar. I can get some that info on the because last time they ran a very physically defensive. Okay, they are max defense on the Vileplume again. I don't have Clear Amulet on my guy. Maybe it's okay if Mischievous goes down though, if I'm getting the Dazzling Gleam chip that I needed for next turn anyways. And I have Follow Me and coaching options. The Rapid Hash being specs now, certainly not optimal. Okay, so I return the Lumineon and I coaching the Gumshoes. If they don't have Protect on Lumineon, it will go down this turn, and I think that's a very good position for me. If they lose Pokemon, have we seen Protect on Lumineon? I don't think we have. Icy Wind, Tailwind, Scald, Encore. Yeah, okay. So I can return the Lumineon and I can coaching the Gumshoes. And it will risk me taking damage from a Cyclizar Double Edge, but it will be reduced by a coaching. Okay, I don't know why they would Terra on the turn they protect. So this is an annoying position. I can Terra Dragon now because I have the attack boost. And then I return the Rapidash and I click Follow Me. Oh wow, that does a lot. Please don't burn. Alright, that should pick up. And with a +1 defense, I should hopefully live. If they crit, they win. If they don't, I do. Yay! GG's! Oh, I'm a bit annoyed at myself for the Cloister Bonder. Oh, okay, they left. I don't actually know who will be doing the playoff stream. It's not me because I don't really feel like it. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but so obviously one of the really big things. I didn't even wind up using the 2 Pokemon I was hiding information on in the rest of the set, but obviously I could theoretically have done so. Yeah. My new keyboard that I had to buy after the first one may or not have had borders built into it by someone who could not possibly have been me. Why would I spill border on my own keyboard? So this means I've got another draft league where I've recorded a draft breakdown, but it'll only be coming out after my last, like the week after my last set in VBL. So, you know, more rounds of VBL playoffs is more longer until that comes out. But you know, it feels good to have gotten a win over a great player, a solid team, especially given, you know, I think this defensive investment wound up showing to be really important, right? Now maybe if I had a little bit more attack and I had gotten that roll into Lumineon, it would have been a bit less important, but because I did take it like quite well. But I got to pretty low health in terms of what my Gumshoes was doing and still got value in both games. So that was really, you know, I'm really proud of myself for having made that decision. And you know, the Yawn obviously wound up being really valuable. Knockoff wound up being sort of the only way for me to clean up that set. I wonder if they went Terra Ghost, because last time I was banded into Gumshoes and that would prevent me from being able to lock. I know they like had to Terra Steel last time, but I hit the Terra Steel and the Terra Steel did not take it well. So I could have lost if they had Terra Ghosted the Lumineon that turn. Terra Dragon also, like, I changed that last minute, and it was definitely the correct play, right? Because it gave me that resist to the fire move that I needed, otherwise I would have lost. What did I Terra this game? And the coaching allowed me to make a, oh, right, Swoobat's literally on the field. So I Terra'd Swoobat. Did I Terra anything game 1? I don't think I did. I should probably have Terra'd the Mistress. That I think that was still pretty valuable if I had gone for it. Good luck, good luck. True, true. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we continue on.